Good morning, my man. You with me?
Yeah, sorry.
There it is. What's up, buddy?
Background. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Well, doing great as well.
London was good?
Well, I wasn't really looking at London. I was backtesting. I sort of backtest in the morning now to get back in rhythm. And but I had a killer backtesting session, man.
What was it?
11% in 2 trades.
Go. He's back.
Amazing.
He's back. How you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, I don't know.
1 to 10.
I feel like in maybe 7 or 8.
Okay, cool.
Like this.
Cool. Awesome. And you feel like, before you went back to school, or not back to school, but before you started concentrating a little bit more on school, you were at a 10?
Not really, I think. I mean, maybe this transfer from GJ to gold was too quick, or I got a bit too confident in gold from in the know of this. I would say that I'm quite at a good place now, maybe even better. I'm fresh. I'm ready for a
Good shit.
So good.
That's perfect, right?
Yeah, it's perfect.
So you're right back to where you were, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal. That's awesome. Gary, Chris, what's up, boys?
Hello, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning. Gary, how was the morning? I didn't get to read the London chat. Let's take a look at it.
I haven't taken anything yet.
Okay. Yeah, let's see what happened during London. Let's go back. Ooh, this is a nice drop. Right over here. We ended up breaking, actually not really. This would have been a little tricky to take right over here. Let's see the 15-minute. Oh, maybe not. So, all right, let's go back to the higher time frames. We'll break this down. So it looks like this bearish monthly candle is a little bit bigger, right? Did any of you guys watch the breakdown I did with Sharma yesterday? The monthly breakdown or the weekly breakdown?
No, not yet.
No, okay. So we were breaking this down on the higher time frames over here, and it looks like the monthly candle is a little bit more bearish right now. Like we're pushing and we're testing this area out, the candle body highs over here to the left. So are we going to end up filling these wicks on the weekly? Right? We have a big weekly candle wick over here. Let me just get rid of some of this mess on the higher time frames. So obviously 152, very significant level over here with our support formed. But we right now have a very big monthly candle that we could potentially fill over here now that we're making lower highs on the lower time frames, right? We're respecting this trend. You see it pushing down kind of like this. We're just, respecting this area. We're not really finding much support, but we are kind of consolidating on the lower time frames as well. But again, on the higher time frames, lower highs, right? So now that we're over here looking at the daily right now is bearish, right? Nice rejection wick. This candle ended up flipping bearish over here after passing the high of the previous bullish candle. And that was last night. It looked like we could have had a potential buy to bring price right back up to this area to then continue right back down. But we ended up flipping bearish. And now I'm looking for sells over here. Now that, as I was pointing out over here, we have our monthly bearish trend line over here. But also in the lower time frames, we're respecting this trend over here, right? Now we're also in a little bullish trend that we just broke that I was just looking at. So we were respecting new higher lows, higher highs, and then we created this high, reacting to this order block to the left. Tried pushing up into it, didn't work. We had a weaker bullish candle right here. We formed support on a previous resistance, pushed all the way up, failed to get right back into this range over here, and we just rejected, and we closed right below this trend line over here on the 4 hour. with this candle right here, right? So we actually broke support right over here as well. So now we are just bearish, and we're looking for some kind of a resistance to form unless we get a support formed at this order block, which I'm about to point out. So we really have to wait and see what we're going to get. Are we going to get some kind of a resistance formed up here, or are we reacting to this order block here to the left? One tool. This whole area right here. Are we forming a support to continue right back up? Honestly, I don't know if I want to look for buys right now, just because the higher time frames are all bearish for the daily. Like the daily right now is bearish. So right now, what you could do is wait for some kind of a resistance. Maybe we come right back up. We get a nice clean move. We come right back up, correct this move, and retest this area, form resistance, and continue right back down and retest this low that we just created. Looking at the 15-minute, just trying to find a possible entry over here during London that we could have caught. 15-minute ended up breaking the low over here, creating a new low. We came up, retested, printed a nice bearish candle right over here. Nice engulfing bearish candle, but with no bottom wick over here. You could have potentially entered this. Actually, you know what? No, you got that support right here. Could have entered after this candle right here. Closed below support. That's about it. This was some tricky price action over here. But we ended up filling this wick, coming all the way down. Yeah, this would have been tricky just because of this support right here. But anticipating the drop because we broke the bullish trend, it would have been a valid trade. You would have still been in it. Let's see what we get over here. I'm not looking to take any kind of buys yet, just because we broke this bearish trend. Anybody looking at anything different? Like anybody see something different? I know Gary trades a little bit. Your style is a little bit different, so maybe you see something.
I'm expecting buys on GJ.
Like that's what you're waiting for?
Yeah.
Okay, and why is that?
So you had go to the hourly. You had this break of structure.
What was that?
This break of structure here.
Yeah.
And so then for me that left. Sorry. That left this order block, but then I've refined that to down here instead. I want it to hit this area, the second one. How do I get rid of one? Anyway. And then, yeah, I think this is just a pullback for this move yesterday.
It's just a correction that we could continue right back up.
Of this move, but I've got an area of like a 4-hour order block set for about 153,600. I'll take out these stops up here as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that
so
makes
you're
sense.
For that support to form.
Yeah, and then from like 153,600, I'm looking to go short from there.
Okay.
A nice long swing.
Sounds good, man. I got someone coming in. Geo's coming in.
We'll see.
We shall see. Yes, sir. So I could see that as well. Let's see this. This is, if you see, price is kind of making these higher lows over here, even though we did break this structure. Gio, what's up, brother?
How's it going, boys?
Nothing much. We're just looking for some opportunities over here. So basically all London was bearish over here. So looking at the fundamentals, let's see what we got coming out. I know today starts the some of the volume. I mean, even though most of the volume is going to be coming in what's it called, Wednesday. or on Wednesday. But we got CPI coming out today. Bailey speaking today. We had some stuff coming out today as well. Over here must have been bad because London was all bearish. FPC will remain vigilant towards risk and debt vulnerabilities. Tiptoes toward inflation. I'm just trying to get caught up over here. Had an early morning drive this morning. Couldn't get my deck in. Gio, how's your week going so far?
Doing pretty good. Well, trading wise, I haven't taken any trades yet, so
Yeah, there hasn't been too many opportunities so far. So barely spoke. Let's see. So we're just basically waiting for CPI over here for gold. We are forming a healthy support right now. After breaking that structure, but now we're reacting to this previous order block to the left. Let me just mark this off over here, because if we do break this support, this would be a nice move to take this right back down to here, even though it is a little choppy. You may want to be aware of that. But you got that clean move to the left in this area, right? So this is a good area for you to trade in. Now, looking at the lower time frames, you got to see if we're actually forming a support right now. Let's see. So far, we are forming this support right here, but we're still respecting the bearish structure. Are we going to break it to continue up? It's going to be a little tricky to trade in, to be honest with you. But the 30-minute is nice and healthy. Nice bullish candle with a wick to fill right over here. You got to see if we get some kind of a support formed up here. If we break this bearish structure on the 5-minute and the lower time frames, we break it, we then get a higher created, we get that support created, then we could possibly take this out to correct this London move. Other than that, I mean, you're basically just waiting for maybe a resistance to form to continue down. It's tricky over here just because the higher time frames are consolidating. You know, we're still in this range over here, so it's very difficult to get a read on what you think is going to happen. Everything is kind of in this block. Yeah, we're seeing higher lows and higher highs in the lower time frames, but it's difficult to really get a sense of the market direction. Pat, what's up, brother?
All good, man. How you doing?
Good, good. Catch anything during London?
Yeah. So I'm in the exact GJ cells that you just broke down.
Awesome.
I entered when it broke the previous level.
Right here.
Sorry, just hold on. Can you drop down to 30-minute for me? Be clearer there. Yeah. So yeah.
So you grabbed this move?
Yeah. So I was anticipating, or rather, I'm trying to sell it down all the way to 152.6, pretty much.
152.6, 300?
Yeah. No, just 152.6.
Right
11.
here.
Yeah, around that area. Yeah.
Right in the middle of this order block.
Yeah. I wanted to get out of like that consolidation area, like sort of as soon as possible. I didn't want to potentially risk and hold for like 5 more pips. You know, it's not worth it. So yeah.
That's beautiful. Yeah, before you got on, I was looking at that. Obviously, London very bearish on GJ, so I was looking at how we could have possibly caught that. Caught that after breaking this bullish structure over here. So that's a nice move. I'm glad someone got this.
Yeah.
That's
So
beautiful.
my entry wasn't as clean as I would have liked
What
because I
was
was waiting. So just hold on. Let me check real quick. My entry was on 152.88.
okay? What, as we broke the low of this candle?
Yeah, yeah. So I would have preferred to have entered like closer to the resistance, but yeah,
It's tricky up here.
yeah, it didn't quite line up with my confirmations that I was looking for and stuff. So yeah, is what it is.
Yeah, this is not exactly, the ideal setup, especially with this rejection candle. This candle came all the way down, formed this wick, but flipped bullish. This candle came right back up to retest that area. Let's see what it looks like in the 5-minute. The 5-minute is kind of just choppy coming down. It is coming down, creating new lows and new lower highs, but it's just very choppy. Now it looks like this is why we look at the lower time frame structure. It looks like we are still holding the support, but it's kind of a choppy support to then maybe continue down. But let's see if we break this market structure over here, up here, to possibly continue up. We have this area right here that we need to break before we continue right back up, and we have confidence that price is going to continue up. I would want to break and retest before we head up and take this based on the higher time frames. Looks like the 15-minute passed the low of the previous candle right over here, but I'm not looking to take this until we do break this support that we just formed.
I would re-enter. I would enter a second position should it break this.
Yeah, if it does close below that support.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Have you secured it all?
Yeah. Secured a third at 15 pips profit.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Good shot. How was your day yesterday?
I was busy, man. I remember I said I wasn't trading, so I didn't take anything.
That's right.
I closed the charts early because I had a lot to do.
Yeah. It's good that you're able to find that balance, because I'm talking to Lee right now. Lee got a new job, and it's just, he goes to work or wakes up at 7 a.m., goes to work. He's not home till 5 p.m. And he's trying to figure out a schedule. It is obviously new to him, like, with Nathan, it's tough for him as well. He doesn't have like a second to spare really. But he realized if he wakes up earlier, that he can, get some work in. But I feel it for you, man. It's tough.
It is hard. I think what's been easier, even just me being able to jump on the streams, is the fact that because of like the spike in COVID, been like working from home a lot more. But at the office, I like my chart time is probably like fractional, maybe like a minute or two just to check on like positions or to check where price is. And yeah, it's difficult.
Do you like to set alerts?
I do.
Okay, cool. That should help you a lot too.
Yeah, I do.
I sent you a message last night. Is everything good over there?
It's crazy. It's crazy, man.
Are you affected at all?
No, not at all. It's one of these like problems that are more prevalent along socioeconomic lines, certain socioeconomic lines.
Sure.
And I think we're seeing a situation where the previous president now is like been jailed for whatever reason, and so like there were initial protests that started as a result of that, people being unhappy with it, with that decision. However, what you're seeing is almost like a hijacking of like a chaotic, situation, and using that to perform, criminal acts such as looting and so on. And this comes, this comes from a demographic that sadly has been the most hit by COVID, with the hunger and the unemployment, and just like through really difficult conditions, you know. And so you have these people who have been unhappy for so long, and now they see this opportunity, this window, you know, where you can maybe let loose and almost like steal without much consequence. And that's essentially what's happening, man. You know,
Very familiar. What's going on here?
I feel, you know, like it's bad for the economy, it's bad for business, you know, and so on. But the truth is, I have empathy for these people because, like, I don't know what it's like to go hungry. You know, I don't know what it's like not to be able to provide food for my, you know, family and kids, you know. And you think the fact that these guys, they have watched their leaders, like they learned from their leaders, you know, the corrupt leaders, you know, looting from the country and whatnot. And you're like, am I not gonna follow suit? You know, I'm gonna get mine as well.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
100%.
So it is chaotic. You know, it's also knowing that there are very limited first responders to be able to curtail this as effectively. And it's like just that window of opportunity, you know, to get what I can, be it food, be it, you know, stuff that I can to resell at a later point in time. And unfortunately, that thinking has just spread like a virus amongst like a lot of poor communities. Yeah.
Well, now South Africa, as far as the opportunities go, how are you guys with that? Like, do you guys have opportunities? Like, if these people wanted to work and really get a job and make a living for themselves, could they do it? Like, does the government, or not government, but like, does the society provide an opportunity like that? Like what you have here in America, where you just put your head down and work, you could provide a life for yourself.
Yeah, not really, not as much. Is South Africa is definitely better than other African countries, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, South Africa. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, just in terms of like the state aid and support and, you know,
Not so much state aid. I'm saying opportunities to work and get a job and
no,
make, you
no,
know,
flat out no.
potential. So you guys, okay, you guys don't have that.
No, flat out no.
Okay,
No.
cool. Because what we see in America, I'm sure Gio would agree, is, you know, we have that opportunity in America where like you just put your hard hat on and you get to work, put your head down, you could provide for your family. We all have that opportunity. Some people just don't do it, you know, and they like to blame outside sources. But I could see it in other countries why they do that, because they don't have those opportunities, you know. But in America, like, you have all those opportunities, so why aren't you doing it? You know. So it gets sticky in other countries. I'm sure I really feel for people like that. It's tough.
Yeah.
With COVID, you don't have the opportunity to work or do anything, and the government kind of holding you back, and you feel like that, and they're not listening to you, and they're not, you know, governing for the people. You know, you see what's going on in Cuba right now.
No, I haven't seen.
Oh, it's the people are kind of rising up against the communist government.
Sure.
Yeah,
There you go.
There's footage of all these people like stealing from the government.
Really?
Stores that provide the food and everything, but they set the prices so high that people can't afford afford them. And these people are kind of rising up, trying to fight against it.
The people will fight back at some point, man.
Yeah.
You know, the only difference, the one of the major differences between like you know, South Africa and like, you know, other African countries is, you know, because of South Africa's past when it comes to inequality and you know, subjugation of people and human rights and so on. They take civil rights and human rights extremely serious here, you know. And so you have a situation where first responders, you know, are responding, but then they know that there's a clear line that I cannot cross, you know. Now, the difference between this and say like a, like a Nigeria, and other African countries is there isn't that much of respect for, your civil rights. And so the first responders are not responding with tear gas or rubber bullets. So motherfuckers are coming with live rounds.
Crazy. The first response. Oh, like the police.
Like police and stuff. So then,
Are they ordered to?
Well, that's the thing, right? They are ordered to, but if an inquiry is like inquisition is started, then it will be like, well, we don't know who gave the order. Somehow the order just came through, Yeah. But the point is, in such a situation, regardless of how hungry you are, unless you have made up in your mind or you've had that conversation that, you know what, I'm ready to die, to get whatever it is that I'm gonna get through looting from this store, the truth is you're gonna sit the fuck at home.
Yeah.
So that's one of the big differences.
Wanted to see what kind of. So you guys have a constitutional republic?
Mm.
So people vote, like, you could vote for your leader.
Yeah.
Do you feel confident in that system?
Nope.
I'm saying specifically in South Africa. Do you feel confident in their voting system and everything? No. Yeah, that's where everything gets very tricky.
Yeah, and I generally feel this way about politics.
Of course.
Like I always say, man, like I'm so disinterested from politics because they just bullshit us, man. We don't know half the truth, Like there's so many variables that we just don't know. We'll never know. We don't see.
They keep everything public.
Yeah. It's just all optics. So, yeah.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
It's crazy. It's just sad because it's a spiral in the sense that these same communities where the looting is happening, these are the guys that are not going to have any jobs once it's done. The shops will stay closed. The investors will refuse to return to these areas. The jobs will stay lost, and that's the painful part.
Yeah. Yes, and that's why you see a rise up in hostility.
Yep.
Whew. Good old politics. So we over here, this very bullish candle ended up creating this top wick, but closed a very weak candle. We now have a wick on this side over here as well, and this is that. Where is
How the hell are you? In this video, I'm going to be talking about what are remote systems integrators and how can they benefit your business. Now,
sorry, I guess
that is not me.
Yeah, I thought it was Pat for a second. So what's it called? I wanted to show you guys. There's an ad. Here we go. So this is kind of like that setup that I've been pointing out over here. Oh, where are we? There it is. Kind of like a setup like this, but we ended up closing at support. But right now, this is that kind of like that order block. This is actually very similar to the price action that we have right now. If you take a look. See this price action right here? Where we create this high over here and then we just drop. If you take a look at this price action right here, it's a little similar. It's never going to be the same exact thing, but right over here is a little similar. How we created this high and then we just dropped. We have this order block over here that we created a support at, and then we just dropped. So can we capitalize on something like this right now? I'm trying to see. I'm not going to take it yet because the 1 hour just started. Looks like we're filling that wick. Let's see, 15-minute. I'm thinking about entering. There's the 1 hour wick. If you put your stop loss above this wick right over here, this could be a good idea to take this down to fill these previous wicks over here to the left. Let's see if we retrace a little bit. Yeah, we're just dropping. We caught that too late.
Yeah.
You guys see what I'm talking about right over here?
I wasn't even able to re-enter.
Oh yeah, it just dropped. But we could very well get a kind of like a retest of this area right up here and then take this down as long as it just doesn't drop. But you guys see what I was talking about. And this is why you journal, because you have examples like this that give you confidence that you could get just like a drop like this.
Yeah.
Right through this order block. Looks like we're forming, or we were forming a, where is it? Some kind of a support right here. And then we just dropped right through. But right over here, we didn't have that bottom wick. We have the bottom wick currently on the bearish candle. And this candle is even weaker.
Okay. Could you take a look at the higher time frames, like weekly and daily?
Of course, yeah. Before you hopped in, we did a full breakdown.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's all good. But yeah, we again, this monthly candle is a little bit bigger, the candle body. Weekly candle looking more and more like we are going to end up filling this wick right down here, which is pretty interesting. What is this? So it looks like we're coming down to fill this wick right now. Looking at the daily ended up flipping bearish. Again, we pointed out how we ended up passing the high of this candle last night for the Asian session. Ended up passing the high, and it looked like we were coming right back up. I thought we could form some kind of a resistance right up here and then continue down. We even passed the high. What did I say last night? Was it New York? I think it was New York session. Yeah, right here. We could do something like this, but we never actually came up this high. We just ended up coming right back into this area, this previous order block, and flipping bearish and continuing right back down to fill this wick. So it looks like we're going to continue down. 4 hours coming right back down. Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, almost 10 pips right now. So let's see, the 5 minute ended up closing with no bottom wick. We just need another resistance formed, because if you look at the current structure over here, as we're pushing down, we're just getting new resistances formed and continuing down. And we always come up to retest that area, right? With this wick right over here, we've been coming up to tap that area once more before heading right back down. So could we get the same exact thing, especially in some messy price action here to the left? Could we get a retest, a resistance formed, and then take this down? So we didn't get the impulse entry, which is fine, but we're getting, we may get that retest. And again, it's only Tuesday. No big deal if you don't catch anything. Let's see. What I'm looking at right now is the fact that we form this resistance right here. If you get rid of that, that would have been nice. Even though we did form this support, you could draw this more so over here and then take this as we were breaking the low with that 7 o'clock volume. Now, as you guys know, we get that solid volume around either 7:15 or all the way at 7:45 to 8 o'clock. So maybe we get another drop like this to continue this bearish motion. We're still respecting the bearish structure. Who do we get coming in here? Stipe, David, what's up, boys?
Hi, brother. How are you?
Good morning.
You guys grab anything this morning?
No.
I know David probably just woke up, but Stipe's been up for a little bit.
No, it's nothing for me.
So let's see. We have the 5-minute, nice, strong bearish candle, impulsive move. Are we going to get a correction to that with no bottom wick over here on the 5-minute? Obviously, the lower time frames that you go, or the lower the time frame that you go, the less confirmation that you have, the weaker the confirmation. But do you see what I'm looking at over here? This area, this resistance. You look to the left, same exact thing right here, and then same thing right here. And we ended up dropping in this area. So could we get some kind of a retracement and take this down? It'd be ideal.
So you're looking for an entry and retracement.
Hold on one second. Here. What was that, Steve?
I asked if so you're looking for an entry in sales on a retracement of this 30-minute. If I'm right.
Yes, yes. So if the 5-minute kind of retraces and comes anywhere into this area, maybe we can take a sell, a higher risk sell to take this down and retest this low that we just created and fill this wick on the higher time frames.
Okay, so what kind of confirmations are you looking for?
I'm looking for candles on the lower time frames, like the 5-minute, to create a resistance and candles closing in our direction. So maybe during, like, let's say 7:30 or 7:45, we get those candles closing in our direction. We have the low created, perfect. Been bearish all London session, and that's just another confirmation that we could continue right back down, just like we did over here, which was on the higher time frames. This was the 15-minute. So could we get a strong push right through this consolidation over here to continue right back down? And that's probably what that's what the 1 hour is going to look like. Right over here.
Yeah, I see. Thanks.
This is a great confirmation over here. I just wish I caught this a little bit earlier with these wicks. Five-minute, let's see, 15-minute. The 1-minute looks like it's struggling to come up. There's just, let's see if there's enough range in here for us to take this. You got about 20 pips right here. You could take this in. I just don't, I'm not feeling taking this on that 1 minute. Is anybody trying to jump in this? Because what I'm looking at is the fact that this was like the move right here. Are we going to get a major move to continue all the way down for 10 pips? Maybe not. Maybe this is our low. And on the higher time frames, like the 15-minute, we come up and retest a little bit. Like this would be selling at the low down here, just because it looks like, on the 1 minute, we could get this. I just don't want to sell at the low just because I feel like I'm missing a move. I'm not going to let the market control my emotions. If we miss it, we miss it. We journal it and we learn for next time. But you guys see this whole area that we could be coming up into to retest. Reason we haven't really broken down gold over here is because I have no intention of trading this. I hope none of you guys do either. We're basically waiting for Powell tomorrow to testify in front of Congress. CPI could move it. I don't really think so, but I think this is going to be the big mover. Where is it? Here you go. He's testifying tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll see what he has to say. That's going to be the mover. GJ is continuing bearish over here. It's just a tricky space in here. Oh, Matei, I saw you added something in the group Trello. So we'll break down this trade real quick that you took yesterday.
Oh, it's just the trade that we all took together.
Oh, the one that we took yesterday.
Yeah, the one we were in together.
Beautiful. And was there any way that you could have entered this differently?
Yeah, maybe just a bit earlier, as 5 minutes past the low of the previous 5 minutes, but
Right here?
it was quite good. Yeah, right here. But I was waiting for a 15-minute low to be passed.
So you were just a little bit more conservative on it.
Yep.
Cool. Let's see. This is the 15-minute, 30-minute, all looking bearish. Oh, this is okay. I know which one. You're talking about the second trade that we took.
Oh, yeah, the second one.
Cool. Now, when it comes to the risk management, how do you feel about it?
Pretty good. That this trade yesterday was managed quite well. I closed 50% as we broke the high, and 150 as we broke the previous 5-minute high. So quite good.
Right here?
Yep. Here I closed the full position then.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, we were playing around after that. And now I know Gary and David took the buy yesterday.
Yeah, later on.
What was this right here, right? Yeah, they grabbed this move, which is beautiful. I was looking at how we could have caught this. I was thinking maybe you had this hard resistance right over here, but this whole rejection area. Once we broke the high over here on the 30-minute, after breaking the, and actually on GJ, we're getting exactly what we want right now. We were kind of pushing below, finding support over here, a higher low over here than to the left, right? Nice, strong bullish candle, starting to change market structure, get a clean move to the left. You could have entered this as we pass the high of that wick, expecting that 9 o'clock or 9:30 volume to push us through this area and to retest these highs after creating a higher low. So,
yeah, that was a great setup.
Beautiful, David. Good stuff. Now you got to add it in the group Trello. But great breakdown over here. And obviously, as you guys know, the trade I took yesterday, just quick 10 pips. Hey, let's just go back to GJ real quick. Don't want anybody to miss out on potential trade. So you see how, like, let's say if we entered this on the 1 minute, thinking that, oh my God, like price is dropping, we're going to miss this. You would have been stopped out already, or, you know, in drawdown. It's better to just wait. And if you miss the trade, so be it. Now we created this top wick on the 15-minute. The 15-minute right now is flipping bearish. Let's see how the 5-minute closes. But it looks like it's rejecting this area right where this wick was. which is exactly what we want. Thinking about entering soon. Is anybody thinking about entering, getting in this?
Not right now.
What's up, David?
No, not right now.
Not right now. Got it.
I'm for me. I'm looking for sales at 152, 400, like for safe.
Okay,
sales.
yeah. So you're waiting to get out of this area.
Yeah, that's for
Yeah,
safe
me too.
sales. Because then we break 152, 400. For me, that means that we broke market structure for
Yep.
buys.
So let's go to the higher time.
Yeah. I think that's also the daily low of the previous daily candle.
And also, if you extend that to the left over here, you got this whole support. But I do think price is going to come down to that area after breaking the market structure right here. I'm trying to capitalize on that move that we were just looking at over here and how we pushed through that consolidation. We did push to that low. So picture this as 152, 400 right over here. It's the same exact level, kind of like this. And we just ended up pushing through that, retesting it and continuing down. But we ended up pushing right through there on the higher time frames. See this? So could the whole 7 o'clock hour push right through that area, right back down to 152, 400? Could happen. Let's get rid of this thing. But with this setup, if I do enter this, it would only be 1%. Just because that area to the left. Does that make sense to everybody? We all on the same page?
Oh yeah, I understand what you're trying to say.
Cool. Patience. That's it.
Yep.
But yeah, just how we had all these retests of these previous order blocks, right? Get the retest over here. We're probably going to get the same thing of this area right here. 7:20, 5 o'clock just closed.
I told you. Remember that I was gonna start with my 1,000 account.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Remember that I told you that I was gonna start with 1,000.
Yes.
Yeah, so I kind of did this kind of more fun for me. So like I put 500, right?
Okay.
And for every $100 that I make profit, I add up. I'm probably gonna add up either another $100 or $200.
Okay.
From my pocket. So you know,
it's a different strategy. I like it.
Yeah. So how and also because it's like I can go big, right? But I noticed like and for a lot of people too, like every single time, like I'm not used to seeing that type of money.
Exactly.
So like mom is like the last thing I want to do that I'm doing so good right now. I feel so good. I don't want to be because I'm like 5 pips, 6 pips, and I'm making like $70, $80. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna take it.
Exactly.
You know, so like I want to train my mind a little by little.
To be honest with you, I haven't heard somebody doing that before, where they're slowly adding into it, like every $100 they make.
Yeah, and then once I get to 1,000, I think so. If I make $100 profit, I'm probably gonna add up another 100. And once I get to 1,000, then I'll probably buy me something, like something small, and then I'm probably gonna do the same thing, but going to 2,000.
Yeah, you just experiment until you get.
Yeah, just having fun too with myself, you know, kind of like rewarding myself.
Oh yeah, I like it.
I made 100 profit, and I'm gonna put another $100 in my account.
I like it, man. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah, I don't know so good.
It's a good little experiment because a lot of people aren't used to seeing, like you've been doing very well. You've been putting the work in and all that stuff. So now it's time to increased risk, I guess, if
Yeah.
doing it the right way by only increasing the risk of your account, like in proportion of the percentage that you want to risk. So that's you're doing it the smart way. I've just never heard of somebody doing it that way, which I like a lot.
No, yeah, because a lot of people be like, oh, they like take money out, but like, I want to kind of do the opposite. I just want to build more money and like, but I kind of have fun with it,
Exactly. But again, you're doing it the smart way.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. That might help other people in here too that want to increase risk. Yes, I always tell you guys to, the way to manage your money, try to live on 55% of your income. If you can't, try to find a way for you to live on 55% of your income. How do you do that? You find another source of income, right? You find another business. And for most of you guys, trading is that main business. So you're trying to up your skill and get better and better on a daily basis so that you can add more and more money into, let's say you can live on 55% of your income right now. You want to get 10, 15% and put that into an investing account. And an investing account for us could be adding into our trading account. I think that it's such a valuable way, and it's honestly fun to manage your money that way. Whenever you get, whether it's $5 or 500 or 5,000, you divvy it up every single time. Even if it's $1, you do the cents. I don't really do that, but you know what I'm talking about. Looks like we're struggling in this area a little bit, which is good. There we go. Forming a resistance. See if we get that bearish 5-minute close. It's 7:24 right now, so the 30-minute is about to close. We have a wick now, and we have a low that we can retest. So let's see if the next 30-minute creates a top wick up here and then continues right back down. I just wanted to close a strong body. I don't know if we dropped necessarily 10 pips. No, we didn't. Anybody struggling with anything that they want to go over? Maybe they're confused about something. It sounds like everyone knows what they have to do and they're doing it.
Setting up our 2 monitors.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. So you got
do after the stream.
Yes, you got the 2 cords, correct? Because it sounded like you were saying that it does work now, and I was just
no. I got 2 monitors, and then I've got the thing you sent me to get, the USB adapter to HDMI.
Yep.
And then I've got the, can't think what it's called. Is it called an AVG cable, something like that? The blue one where you like screw the things in so it plugs in.
Yeah.
I've got one of them which goes from my computer to my monitor now.
Okay.
So that cable works, but obviously then I can't get the other monitor to be able to work with the other one at the same time.
Yeah. And it's an older computer?
It's not old. It's just not high tech.
Not capable.
Yeah, so it might not even be able to do it. I don't know, but I just thought as we've got the
This was quick.
What was that?
This move was really quick.
Yeah. Just I didn't want to take anything right before the 7:30 candle.
1 minute was kind of 8 pips.
Yeah, 1 minute just dropped. Oh well.
We could do a little zoom quick after the session if you want.
What was that, Gary?
Do a little zoom quick after the session. I'll show you what I mean.
Yeah, we'll do a quick zoom. Again, I'm not, like crazy well versed with computers, but like I know how to set different things up when it comes to monitors and stuff.
Yeah.
But like if I don't know if there's anyone in here a little bit better. I think Geo is, right?
I'm sorry, what was that? I was on mute.
Yeah, it's all good. How are you with computers?
Fairly with hardware or software, depends.
Hardware.
Hardware, I would say 80%. Okay. Like I build my own stuff.
Okay. Like you can you build your own computer and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. So you might be definitely a better person to talk to, but I'm trying to help Gary set up 2 different monitors, but he has an older kind of computer, and I was saying to get one of those older plug converters to an HDMI to hook up to his new monitor, but he said that wasn't working. Correct, Gary?
Yeah. I've just
So which
ordered.
cable do you have?
Go on.
Do you have the VGA, the blue one with all the like a lot of pins?
Yeah.
So that would be for your first monitor, right?
Yeah.
And for your second one would be HDMI.
Yeah, but I don't have an HDMI port on the back of the actual computer.
Okay.
Oh,
there's one thing you can buy for on Amazon. It's a VGA to USB.
VGA to USB. Okay.
But the problem with USB is that it might give your outer monitor kind of make it slow or make it a bit laggy when you're using it.
Okay.
Yeah, because USB is not something like that. Yes.
Okay.
And the
Yeah, so
USB would work for the monitor?
So basically the monitor would be plugged to that blue pin. I mean that blue side of the adapter.
Yeah, the VGA side. I've just ordered I've just ordered a VGA splitter though, so you get one plugs into the computer, but then it splits out into 2.
You can do the same. I mean, you can do if I haven't seen those, but if you have that VGA splitter, then that'll be perfect because it goes directly to your video card.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I've just ordered one of them, so it's coming tomorrow. So I'll see how it goes then.
I mean, let me know. Just you can message me and send me a photo if ever.
Yeah. All right then.
It's a big help, Gio. Appreciate it.
Cheers,
no problem, man.
Cheers.
Yeah, Gary, I wouldn't have known that.
No. I was just looking online for stuff and whatever. So
yeah, it's not my area of expertise.
Yeah, it's not mine either.
Yeah, for me, I don't like buying like already set CPU. I usually like try to buy the case and try to build my own, and up to like whatever I needed. Because some specs, if you buy a preset one, some of the stuff like you basically don't need, And instead of spending the money on like if I want a faster memory or something, rather than having a higher video card, I don't need it for gaming or whatever,
Yeah.
I'd rather put the money on something the computer actually needs for the work that I need to do. And I
want to build my own one.
Yep.
I want to build my own one eventually. In the future.
That's the way to do it. Yeah, so obviously we missed this one, but at the same time we are in this range. So this would have been a riskier entry anyway, but we definitely could have gotten this. It fell pretty quickly right before the 7:30 candle closed. Here. Dropped pretty hard, but you see how very similar this is. Point it out one more time to this. Although it's an even better setup because you have that bottom wick on this candle, and this candle is even weaker. It's just, it happened so quickly. It created a top wick, past the low of that candle. Are you going to enter that? I mean, you could have, but this is something that you journal. And like, this is something that like, I'll take, let's see. So again, with that setup folder on right over here, I can now add another one into this impulse volume push before I journal that. I just want to see what we get. We have a wick to fill right now, and we're retracing. So this could be perfect. Could get an actual retracement and a resistance formed. But let me just journal this. J 1 hour 7. You know what I just noticed too? I mean, this was gold, this setup that I showed you guys, but this was GJ, but they both happened on Tuesday during New York as well. All right, so we got that wick on the 15-minute. Candle closed below this area. So we ended up rejecting right here. Now this is sort of like that setup again. You have the strong bearish candle with a wick. This candle retests and closes like a weak bullish candle. Does this candle pass the low of that candle around 736 to 745? That same exact setup that we look for, but that also that volume on GJ that we normally get. Now this was a pretty hard move right here, a nice volume push, and that may have been the volume push that we were looking for. But if we get this set up, this could be an opportunity to take this right back down to 152,400. It's the 15 minute. Yo, this the videos of Zoom, is this on the right side or the left side for you guys?
What?
The like this right here. Is this on the left side of the screen or the right side?
It's on my left side.
It's on the left side. Okay. Because
Yeah.
when I recorded the video and I put it on YouTube, it was on the right.
Oh, shit.
Like the way Raquel's is set up.
Yeah.
And I think that was because of the two screens. But I just wanted to see what it looked like for you guys.
GU also looks like GJ basically.
What's up?
GU?
GU?
Yeah. It kind of makes it, for me, kind of like more GU.
We passed through that order block though too, which gives us
Yeah.
confirmation that GJ should do the same thing.
I have a kind of double top on the high time frames too. I just got more confirmations on GU than GJ.
Got it. Which pair do you like better?
Right now I'll be trading a lot of GJ. A lot. I don't know. Like I also trade GU, but
Yeah, like GJ.
the one pair that I started trading, but I haven't traded like in a month, like or 3 weeks. It's gold.
You've been trading gold?
No, I haven't touched gold like in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I haven't even looked at that shit.
Yeah, gold's been a little tricky.
Cause I be GJ and GU, I used to be trading it so much, and I be doing good at it.
Since mid-June, we haven't had like a trending market.
Yeah,
Or a solid market to trade in. I haven't touched gold much either since then.
I haven't touched gold in a minute.
We grabbed a couple of these moves, but other than that, nothing really. Shit, I gotta use the bathroom. I'm waiting on GJ right now. I don't want to miss it. So GJ looks like, since this 15-minute candle doesn't have a bottom wick, 5-minute is starting to flip bearish and respect this as a new resistance. So once we pass the new the low of this candle right here, I'm probably going to enter this anticipating a fill of this wick and continue down to 152,400. But we need to get that first. 15-minute candle, maybe flipping bearish. We never passed the high of this wick either. I'm being cautious. Just journal this. Five-minute ended up closing. We should fill that wick. Come on, right back up. So once we pass this wick right here and flip bearish, I may enter. I just don't like how big this wick is and the 15-minute about to close. Shoot, I gotta use the bathroom too. It's the worst. All right, we're pushing up. Let's see how this 15 closes. We're going to wait till then anyway, so give me 3 minutes. I'm just going to use the bathroom. What's up, boys? So 15-minute looks like it did close bullish, but we do have a nice wick that we could fill. So if we pass the low of this candle after creating a top wick and pass the low of this candle, this could be a nice opportunity to take a nice sell. The 5-minute, these candles are getting weaker. So if we pass the low of these candles as well, it could be a good opportunity. Mateo, you saying something?
Nah, just looking at this.
Oh, okay. This is kind of how I have the, just so you guys could see it. This is how I have my stop loss set up, kind of above these wicks. You guys can see the second screen. Like we're on this one. You guys can see this?
On the MT.
What was that, buddy?
On the MetaTrader.
On MetaTrader, yeah. You guys can see
Yeah.
MetaTrader?
Yeah.
I like having it on the second screen, but I also want you guys to be able to see it as well. So I'll just kind of, I was thinking about this last night, like how I could do that. I'm just going to toggle back and forth. Looks like we're holding support right here, which is okay because maybe then we have this low created, we get in at an even better price, right? We get in at a discount. Patience is the hardest part. Someone entering?
Just checking everything. See.
Yeah, we got a lot of economic data coming out this week. Today's pretty heavy, but tomorrow's really the mover, especially with gold and the dollar. Oh, no, just looks like we're starting to flip bearish. Again, this is very high volume time right now. I have my TP set at 152,400. So I'm gonna tell you, just kind of staying away from gold right now.
Not really. I mean, if there's a setup, I'll take it, but maybe I'll be more conservative with it. But if the setup is there, I'll take it for sure.
Sure.
Yeah, we need to get a clean direction first before taking anything.
Yeah, right now, the past couple of weeks, it's been actually for about a month, it's just been consolidating. Maybe today we're gonna get that push at 8:15, 8:30. It could. Here we go. Passing that low of these wicks right now. Flipping bearish. I don't want to take it based on the 5-minute, but I do want to take it if we do pass the low of this wick right here, which is the 15-minute. Makes sense? Got my hand on the trigger, ready to go. If I get what I want, I'm entering. All right, we're starting to break. So the 5-minute closed above support. Could the next 5-minute, like right here, could we come up, create a top wick in this area of these wicks, and then pass the low of that candle? And then this one, that's where I'll probably enter. Nice strong bearish candle. Only thing is it did close above this support. Who else is looking at this right now? Gary, David, Stipe, Pat, Gio? Anybody?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Anybody looking at an entry over here? No, not
We're in for bearish close.
on what time frame?
15.
15, yeah. Yeah, it looks like it isn't doing that right now. Maybe it was just creating its bottom wick. But the fact that the 5-minute never closed below this area tells us that we're holding support so far. Unless this candle ended up respecting the top of this, we are getting close to 8 o'clock. So maybe not take this right now. Maybe wait for 8 o'clock. Maybe we get that drop during, because we get a nice low to retest. So maybe wait for a nice drop around 8, 10, 8:15.
It's either that or the next candle, the next 30-minute candle. Once it breaks the previous 30-minute candle, the low.
Next.
If this current
Yes.
30-minute candle closes like this, yeah.
Exactly.
And then the next one breaks its low, then I'm entering.
To be honest with you, that'd be ideal. This is the setup we look for.
I already got 10 pips earlier with this candle.
Oh.
With the previous bearish candle.
Right here, on the 1 hour, like right here.
On a 30-minute, 152,700.
52,700. Oh, as we broke the low of that wick.
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I didn't know you. I didn't know you got that.
Oh, did you guys hear me earlier? I said maybe I was on mute or something.
I think you were on mute.
I keep because I'm connected right now on my iPad for the Zoom, and
Okay.
yeah, it kind of like I think it was yesterday. I was trying to tap my monitor. I was like, oh shit, this is not touch screen. I got interchange, iPad and my PC.
All good, brother. I'm gonna redraw this zone right here so that we are just a little more clear. So yeah, that'd be ideal on the 30-minute if that's what we get. Wow. 7:59. All right. Well, the 30-minute past the low of this candle. If so, I'm going to enter. I wanted to do it in the first minute. Anybody looking at this other than Gio and I?
Yeah, me too now.
Awesome. Oh, shoot. All right, I just entered.
I got a few pips earlier.
Beautiful. So I am in from right here.
But my stop is just right above this current 30-minute.
Oh, it's right above here?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a low risk one. Just expecting a volume to push it down, and that's it.
Yeah, that is a correct stop loss placement. I just wanted to be a little bit more conservative.
Okay.
But normally I would put it right here as well. So you're good. Let's go GJ drop.
5 minute looks good. 1 minute looks good.
Mm. Anybody else in right now?
My only concern right now is that we're tapping the 4-hour support.
Yeah, you could be right. But we have that wick. We should be filling right down here. I don't like that this candle's retracing like that. We're reacting to this area too.
Just close half.
Just close half.
Yeah, it passed my entry back. Kinda not sure. It's struggling a lot. It's taking time.
Yeah, if this candle flips bullish, I'm just gonna close the full thing, just because of that 4-hour area.
Yeah.
One minute rejected.
The 5 minute.
No, 1. Oh, sorry.
That setup was good.
It's a good setup. That's
Yeah,
why.
I seen it. I take it before, but the other thing is like it barely has a top wick.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the one.
That's the only thing. Yeah, because I take setups like that too, and it works. But that candle just did that.
See that? Close the full thing. All
Yeah,
right.
me too.
Let's see. Impulse. All right. Manage our risk the right way. Yeah, the only issue with that was that zone to the left that Gio was just pointing out, and also the fact that it happened right in the beginning of the hour. Like the 1 hour had to create a top wick. Good risk management.
In the meantime, gold pushed up for 30 pips in a 5-6 minutes.
Gold did.
Yeah.
Still in that range though.
Yeah, but then 15 minutes it kind of broke out. So. And now on 1 hour it's kind of the highs. So.
Let's see. Gold, you said, right?
Yeah. It could reject this area on 1 hour.
Yeah. See, look at the 30-minute. It's just not worth
Mess.
putting in. It did shoot up to retest these highs up here.
Some cowboy sell.
Yeah. All right, so we created a top wick over here. Let's see the 1 hour. Is there an opportunity for a re-entry? We need to wait for candles to close below this area. It can't be an impulse entry now. Got to wait for a nice candle close below this area. On the 5-minute, see the support? We got to close down here before we re-enter. This is a little tricky. Yeah, the market's not giving us much. Honestly, this was probably the move. Coming down to tap this area. Oh, well, it was a good setup, though.
Yeah, I'm out. That was it hit my TP at that level that you just mentioned.
Awesome. So you're out of your trade?
Yeah, it's not worthwhile me keeping the trade open for that extra 12 pips.
Yeah.
You know, it was too. It didn't. I didn't like how it looked on the 30-minute and 1 hour.
Yeah, I don't like the zone on the 1 hour either. Very significant right here, 152, 550, 560. Oh well. Manage risk. Let's see how much I lost. 1.5%, risk 2%. All right, let me draw this. Impulse entry. What I end up losing here? Five pips. This is another thing that we could have been looking at over here. We're creating these higher lows. We could have waited for that break below 152, 550 to maybe take this. Oh, let me I want to look at my schedule for today so that I could see if we can get a back testing session in later when I get back from the city. Hold on one second.
well, gold broke above the zone on 1 hour.
Wow, okay. Still in this range though. I'm looking for a nice breaking close above 1816 to possibly take this up. Maybe a retest, then we got some clean candles to the left. But we're still respecting bullish market structure. Stipe, how do you like gold?
Currently, I don't like it.
You don't like it right now?
No.
Yeah, it's a pain.
It's kind of rewarding, but on the other side, it can be a real mess for I don't know, losing account and stuff like that.
I know. You are right. We're in a very tricky area. The gold can go any way it wants. 4 hour. I'm about done for the day. I'm not taking anything. Gold, I really want to just wait for tomorrow to see what Powell says, because that's really what the banks are waiting for. That's where you're going to get the move. When he speaks tomorrow at let's see. He doesn't speak till 12, I believe. Yeah, 12 o'clock. That's what's going to be the main mover. 8:30. CPI is coming out. Maybe they're pricing CPI in. And that's what's moving it up. But anyway, I'm not seeing anything that I like. So I'm gonna hop off. I have to drive 45 minutes over to my next drive. So guys, have a safe, smart day. We did good today. Obviously we took a loss, but it was a well-managed loss, and it was our setup. You know, it was patient. Some things we didn't see. Maybe we shouldn't have taken it. But you know, that setup, I liked it. I've seen this setup before, and that's why another reason I took it was because of this. Remember? We've seen price do the same exact thing over here and just kind of push right through. And that's what I was expecting, especially after the break in market structure over here. I thought a continuation right down to 152.400 would have been pretty attainable. So, guys, have a great day. Again, plan out your day. It's Tuesday, start of the week. People start, dragging off or kind of slacking a little bit once you get to the middle of the week or maybe even Thursday or Friday. But stay on your shit. Make sure that you're doing everything you're supposed to every day. And I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Take care, guys. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
See you, boys.
See ya.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.